Hey guys, so today on public demand, because you guys wanted me to do this from quite a bit of time, today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, what's happening in Bitcoin, why is it going up, and most importantly, what's going to happen in the future of Bitcoin, right? So we'll get into this topic. I think we'll roll the intro first, and don't forget to do this bell icon downstairs, or else I won't come only next week. Thank you guys.
Follow your passion might be a perfect question to ask and might have a perfect answer when interpreted right.
Let's start tracking which stocks can actually go up and go down, or which stocks have an advantage with the vaccine coming out.
Why it would have been more expensive to fake a moon landing back in those days. It's quite an interesting video to watch.
The economic activity created from the App Store alone is worth $500 billion.
So let's move on to the next question.
Man, it was too easy.
Too easy, no? Why didn't you answer?
Okay, hi guys. So today we're going to talk about a lot of things with relation to Bitcoin. I think we have a good background. Okay, this is like a humble sitting at home background. But we're going to talk a lot about Bitcoin because in the last few months, it's going up really fast, really fast. And in the last 1 year, it's gone up, I think, almost 2 or 3 times. And the main thing about it is, okay, a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin as a way to make money. A lot of people who don't know what Bitcoin is, you should definitely Google what Bitcoin is. They call it the digital gold. It is a cryptocurrency on a blockchain network, in short, with a beautiful backstory of what Bitcoin is. So I think you guys should read about it if you don't know what it is. But in the recent news, recently Bitcoin started trending again. A lot of people are talking about Bitcoin. And if you have observed, this happens a lot, right? Every time Bitcoin comes suddenly in the trend, we all talk about Bitcoin, it shoots up, goes to an unbelievable amount, and then it crashes after that, which has been happening, I think 4 or 5 times before. It crashes again, and once it crashes, no one talks about it for quite a bit of time, and then again it starts and picks up the rally and starts going up really fast. So today we're going to see what's happening with Bitcoin. Why are so many people suddenly talking about it again? And will this bubble burst? Because every time Bitcoin goes up, there's only one thing in the market saying Bitcoin bubble is going to burst. There's a bubble. And I think we're obsessed with this word bubble. But let's see what's going to happen today. Okay, if you go to the first slide, what's happening? Okay, so I don't know whether you guys are tracking Bitcoin, but I think yesterday or day before, I think 2 days back, Bitcoin reached an all-time high of $24,000 for one Bitcoin. Now, $24,000 for one Bitcoin is massive, because I remember last year on this day, exactly on this day last year, it was around $7,590, and now it is $24,000. It touched a peak of $24,000, and I think because of the new COVID-19 strain that's hit UK, and then there's a lockdown again, all the markets went down yesterday. I think Bitcoin also did a slight dip yesterday as well. But still, if you see the graph, right, just 1 year ago, Bitcoin was trading at 7590 USD. Now it is trading at 24,000 USD, which is slightly around 3x value that it is there. Okay, but the main thing here is, why is this happening again? And if you go to that website where you're seeing the chart, this is a website called CoinMarketCap. If you go to CoinMarketCap, or you just go to Google and type Bitcoin chart and just zoom out of the chart and look at it from a 5-year perspective, or a 10-year perspective, because Bitcoin is there since 2008. Look at a 10-year perspective and you will see that Bitcoin has these big jumps, right? It goes very fast up, and then there's a small dip for a few months, and then again it goes very fast up, and then it goes down again for a few months. And now the same thing is happening, right? It's going up really fast right now. It's gone from 7,500 to 24,000. Will it go up even more? I don't know what the limit of this going up and going down is, but whoever had the patience to hold it from last year, in 1 year it's given you 3x returns, right? But also I think there are other slides that there are other stocks in the market that also make 3x returns. Okay, so go to the next slide. The whales are here. Now what's happening, right? Where are the whales are here slide? Okay. Now, what's happening, right? Why is Bitcoin going up so much? Now, is it something new that has happened in the market? Is there something weird that's happening in the market? We need to understand this first, right? Now, who are whales and what are whales? In Bitcoin terms or in the Bitcoin industry, people who invest large amount of money, right? Massive amount of money are called whales, okay? Now, this is very similar to what we call the financial sector guys. We call them sharks, these big guys that come and start investing. But in Bitcoin world or in cryptocurrency terms, it's called a whale. Now, the whales are actually coming. They've already come a lot. And we'll see why these whales are coming into the market, right? And who are these whales as well? So if you go to the next slide, we have this slide called the new money coming in. Now, the main reason why Bitcoin rallied so much from 7,500 to 24,000, or in the last few weeks it has rallied so much, main reason, one of the main reasons for this is the rise of institutional investors. Now, who are institutional investors, right? Institutional investors are these big hedge fund managers, mutual fund managers and stuff like that. Not in India. These are people in the States, because Bitcoin is a global currency thing, right? So there are a lot of these big hedge funds who have now said, look, the stock market is so volatile, and especially after COVID, they saw that stock market is super volatile. So what they said is, from now onwards, a lot of hedge fund managers and a lot of hedge funds have decided that a small allocation of their entire assets under management, which is AUM, will be allocated to Bitcoin itself. So, for example, in UK, there was a company called Ruffer Investment, and they confirmed their exposure to Bitcoin was around 550 billion, equivalent to 2.7% of the firm's entire AUM. So their entire asset under management, 2.7% of that is allocated to Bitcoin as well. And they look at it as a safe haven, and they're just keeping it for a long-term perspective. Now, if you had invested 100 rupees of, say, you bought 100 rupees of Bitcoin in, say, 2019, exactly at this time, 1 year later, it would have been 300 rupees approximately, right? So a lot of big people are understanding that the stock market is super volatile and maybe we should invest in this. But don't worry, this is also super volatile. It's not like it's not volatile. Another company, right? It's called One River Asset Management, a hedge fund specializing in volatility bets, has invested around 600 million into Bitcoin and committed to holding over 1 billion in both Bitcoin and Ethereum by early 2021. So, damn, okay. So the amount of money that's coming into the Bitcoin market and the ease of payments that it is actually helping this as well is boosting the Bitcoin market massively currently, right? Now, a lot of institutional investors, big people with big money called whales, are coming and investing in this. Now, it's not only about investing. These guys are investing and holding it, right? When you hold it, you absorb a massive amount of demand in the market. And when you absorb this entire demand and you're not selling it, then there's very less demand supply gap happening, because a lot of people want Bitcoin, but no one's selling Bitcoin. Very few people are selling. When that happens, demand supply gap, straight Bitcoin starts shooting up. Okay. Now, if you go to the next slide, which I just spoke about, which is increasing holders. Now, again, in crypto terms, it's not called holders. It's this weird text called hodlers or whatever it is, but it's still called hold. So they keep doing this, and I don't know, the crypto market is slightly weird and their slang is completely opposite to our normal slang. But if you look at the trend, this graph is very important. I know you guys can't see the graph. Can you make this a full screen graph? Yeah. So in this graph, what this graph basically says is that blue line that you see is the number of people, or the number of addresses, not people, number of addresses in the Bitcoin market that are holding more than 1,000 Bitcoins in their portfolio. Right, the blue line is basically that number of people holding more than 1,000 Bitcoins in that address, right? Number of addresses. Now, if you see that the number of addresses have gone up from the past, and each significant timestamp over there is a yearly timestamp. And I think in March 1st, 2020, around 2,200 people are just holding 1,000 Bitcoins in their wallet, right? So this is something super interesting. So that a lot of people are looking at this as a long-term play. Okay. And now, if you go to the next slide, obviously we can't have enough of this guy. Okay, if you go to the next slide, you will see that we're back to Elon Musk. And I mean, I feel that in today's tech world, anything we talk about, Elon Musk has to be there for some reason, right? He's just everywhere. He's just trying to interact with everyone. I mean, I like it. I love it. Now, what did Elon Musk do? And you know, Elon Musk likes to stir the pot, and it's very controversial when he does something like this, right? Now, what Elon Musk started doing a tweet battle, not battle, but he started tweeting with someone called Michael Saylor, and he asked him that, how do I convert large transactions into Bitcoin? Is it even possible? And he was suggesting that tomorrow, if I want to convert a lot of my reserves and capital, a lot of money from Tesla, can I just start holding that money in Bitcoin itself? Now just think about this for 1 second. A private company is saying, I want to hold some of my reserves in surplus or some of my assets on the balance sheet. I want to hold them in Bitcoin. Right now, you would think, is that stupid, or is that even allowed, or is that even possible? Is that a smart thing to do? But knowing Tesla, he's always predicting the future, correct? Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you hold Bitcoin right now, there's very high possibility that tomorrow it'll again go up 2 times or again go up 3 times. So what Elon Musk was talking to Michael was that, is it possible to make a large transaction and buy companies, reserves and capital and put it into Bitcoin? And Michael Saylor replied to that saying that if you do that, you will do a massive advantage. It will be a massive advantage for you and your shareholders that are holding your stock, right? Because now, I don't know if this is even possible, but this was just a fun, banter that was going on between Musk and this. But who knows in the future, right? What if tomorrow ITC or someone with a big balance sheet, big cash flow, balance sheet, reserves and surplus starts buying into something like this? You'll never know, because hedge funds are already doing it. Large companies might do it. And why would you not do it if you know that the returns are coming? Right? Anyway, these guys invest in liquid fund, they invest in mutual funds, they invest in different kind of funds. Funds basically generate revenue for them over time instead of keeping them idle. So why not Bitcoin? So this is a very weird take that's coming into the market. But again, this guy is always there as the center of attention everywhere. But he didn't stop there, right? And Elon Musk is known to do this very well. He did this once with his own stock. He tweeted something about his own stock and it went up massively. And he got screwed by the SEC for that. But he did something very similar with another coin as well, which a lot of people in the chat were talking about. Next slide, please. Okay. So, okay, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with what do you call that? Are you familiar with the number of cryptocurrencies that are there in the market? But this coin, the Dogecoin or whatever this coin is with the doggy face, very cute doggy face. So Elon Musk basically tweeted about this saying, he just said one word, Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever it's called, right? And the coin just soared 20%, just went up 20%. Now, if Elon Musk actually held some of these coins and it went up 20%, that's massive. I remember at one point I had a lot of Dogecoins as well, but this coin literally was built as a meme. Okay, there was no purpose of this coin. This purpose of this coin was zero, nothing, zilch. Okay, but then somebody just used it to start tipping people, and I don't know how it became famous, just because it's a meme. And then a lot of memes came out, and that time I think the meme industry was going up really well. And I don't know, this coin became very famous at that point. But yeah. So look at how Elon Musk is doing this, and a lot of people do this as well. At one point, I don't know if you guys know this, but before the last last Bitcoin crash that happened a couple of years ago, right? Maybe 1 or 2 years ago, when the RBI came and banned it, a lot of people came and banned it and stuff like that. No one understood. At that point, I remember McAfee Antivirus's founder, right? He came and he used to put a lot of things on Twitter as well, saying that I'm buying this coin, I'm bullish on that coin, I'm going to buy this coin. And every time he used to come and tweet about something with relation to the cryptocurrency, it used to go up by 10-20%. And he used to manipulate the prices of cryptocurrency at that point. And you can't do anything about it, because cryptocurrency is still not under proper regulation of anyone. And that's the best part. It can never be under the proper regulation of everyone. It's supposed to be a cryptocurrency that is devoid of control, right? No one can control this. It is not owned by some bank, or it is not owned by some RBI. But in reality, the majority of transactions in crypto are held by someone, but we will get to that much later. Okay, now all this overdone. Okay, fine. We spoke about what's happening. Now you know why Bitcoin's going up, because a lot of people, big money has come into Bitcoin basically. So a lot of people know that, okay, Bitcoin's going to be the next future. The same prediction that happened a few years ago. When Bitcoin was at 2,000, they said it'll reach 10,000. It reached 10,000. It crashed from 10,000, came back, went to 20,000, crashed from 20,000, came back to 7,500. Half of you all lost 70% of your wealth. But if you just held it, tuck, it would have gone up, right? And now it's back up. Now we don't know where it's going to stop. Again, it's going to fall down after that once it goes too high. Again, it'll wait for a few seconds, and then again, it'll go up again. So this is what keeps happening. But all that is fine. A lot of people are asking me about, what about Bitcoin in India? What's happening with India? If we'll go to the next slide. Okay. We'll go to the next slide, which is Bitcoin India, right? Now, what's happening in India? Now, remember when Bitcoin was introduced in India last time, what happened? right? Last time when Bitcoin was in India, suddenly the entire government was like, what the fuck? What is this? What is this new coin that has come into the market? Scam. Straight away they said Bitcoin is equal to scam. Because a lot of people in India, first of all, didn't know what blockchain was, did not know what cryptocurrency was. It was like how COVID entered at a time, early March, when no one knew what COVID was. Similarly, cryptocurrency entered India when a lot of people didn't know what cryptocurrency was. And at that time, I remember there was this company called ZepPay that was actually allowing transactions for people to buy in cryptocurrency. But half the Indians, most of the Indians didn't know what Bitcoin was, right? Maybe they just heard about it in some news article, but none of them knew. And as soon as a lot of transactions started happening in Bitcoin, I think the government actually didn't know what was happening, and they said, okay, let's come here and just do a blanket ban on everything and let's ban cryptocurrency. I think RBI came out with a huge statement and said, we are going to ban cryptocurrencies. And I remember as soon as they banned cryptocurrencies, a lot of companies like ZepPay and all had to shut down. And I still remember a lot of people were put into jail and stuff. It was just nonsense, right? But at the same time, when India was banning cryptocurrencies, US was adopting cryptocurrencies. US was like, okay, fine, there's this new technology that has come, blockchain technology, with the cryptocurrency aspect. So we'll rope in the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, we'll rope in them. Let's make a rule around this. And that is how US was always ahead of the curve when it came to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Right? Now what's happening in India? Last time, everyone was away from it. Everyone was like, shit, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared of Bitcoin. But this time, something different is happening. Go to the next slide. Now, this time, a lot of banks have entered the party. Last time, I remember when I was supposed to invest in, when I was trying to buy Bitcoin a long time ago in 15, there was only this one company called ZepPay that was good. I think there were two companies, but ZepPay was supposed to be good at that point. But there was no GPay at that point. There was no UPI payments at that point. None of the banks supported transfer to ZepPay because they were like, cryptocurrency straight away not allowed, right? And we don't know what this is. But now what's happening? If you open any app, any crypto app like a ZepPay or whatever, you see there's so many options. There's even UPI options right now, right? So a lot of banks have realized that, okay, RBI said cryptocurrency is banned, but Supreme Court came and lifted the ban. So is it legal in India or is it not legal in India, right? One party is saying cryptocurrency should be banned in India. Okay, RBI came and said banned, but Supreme Court came and lifted that ban. Okay, so now what is it? What's happening in India? Basically, I don't know whether it's completely legal or not legal, but I think it is legal. That's why a lot of people are doing it. But the most important thing is you cannot stop cryptocurrency. It is always there. You can never delete it from existence. Cryptocurrency is always going to be there. The only thing that India needs to do next, or say adopt what India has to do, is that do what the other countries are doing. Get it under a regulatory body or get it under SEBI if you want, right? Put stringent laws around it. Don't get scared that there's something new and I don't know what is this, I can't understand this, and we will just ban it because we can't understand it, right? So what we can see in the future, if they don't go back to banning it again, what we can see in the future is that now they might have different rules and regulations, different sections coming up only for cryptocurrency and dealing with cryptocurrency. And take the Aadhaar card, take all your stuff, put it under the PAN card itself. Now stocks are so beautifully regulated in India. It can be the same with Bitcoin as well. And if that happens, a lot of people will start trading in Bitcoin. But coming back to the point, banks like SBI, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank and Yes Bank are allowing customers to use their bank accounts to fund cryptocurrency trading in India. Now the top keep Yes Bank aside because they're still going up and down. But SBI, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank, which is like three of the biggest banks in India, are actually allowing customers to invest in cryptocurrency, which is a huge step for India, right? And going against RBI's notion of, okay, we want to ban this, and compared to Supreme Court coming and saying, you can't ban this, there's nothing wrong about this, right? But I'm pretty sure in the future, if you start predicting if this becomes a bigger threat, if it becomes a big issue in India, I'm pretty sure in the near future, you will see more scams happening on Bitcoin, obviously. But I think it'll be very easy that they'll just come and start making rules and regulations and start putting it under the government rules, which is okay, which is fine. Something better than nothing. At least you can invest in cryptocurrencies with a peace of mind, right? Okay, next. Another big thing that was noticed in India, which is huge. And now look at how economics works, right? And look at how dots get connected here, and look at how chance gets connected here as well. And this is like, it blew my mind when I read this article, right? This is a Mint article. Now it says a lot of retail investors aged between 25 to 40, which is somewhere around our age group, are investing and spending millions on trading in cryptocurrency in India every single day. So a lot of youth like me and you are coming and investing in cryptocurrencies as well. And I know a lot of people who have come and told me, hey, listen, I've got 2,000 rupees worth of Bitcoin. And I'm like, okay, good. That's great. That's awesome, right? But a lot of people are doing that. Now, why this happened? And there was a beautiful trigger that we all know and we've been familiar with from 1 year. Is called COVID, right? When COVID happened, a lot of people actually lost their jobs, right? A lot of people's livelihood were burnt down, right? When this happened, India was sitting at home peacefully and just doing nothing and just sitting at home eating dal chawal and looking at TV, right? Every single day you have to look at TV. And IPL also was not there to look at that point. But then a lot of people had lost their jobs and they were sitting at home. And India is obsessed with passive income. Everyone likes to make extra money. In India, if you tell anyone that you can make some money on the side, they will never say no. Right? We love that attitude about us, because that we're always trying to make extra money. So at that point, people had a lot of time. They saw Bitcoin was slightly going up at that point. They said, chalo, let me do some research into cryptocurrency, because stocks, though I know what stocks are. If I want to invest in stocks, I can. But let's do more into cryptocurrency. And that's when a lot of youth came to know that, okay, we should invest in cryptocurrency. We should research about cryptocurrency. And this will also add as a source of passive income, because anyway, stocks are there. Let's do Bitcoin as well. And now, because it's so easy that I can invest from SBI, HDFC, etc., it's very easy for me to do that. Now, this was mainly, this growth in India, the Bitcoin India growth was mainly driven by COVID and the Supreme Court ban lift that happened, right? If Supreme Court hadn't lifted the ban and COVID had happened, Indians couldn't still invest in Bitcoin and it wouldn't have boomed it. But see how this entire world works, right? It's crazy. Now, because of that, the growth in India actually went up. A lot of people, initially when they started investing in Bitcoin, it was more from a passive income perspective. They were like, okay, I'm going to do this as a passive income, not as a full-time income. Bitcoin is going to be my passive income revenue source. But also, by the way, do you guys know that the stock market opens from 9 to 3:30? Bitcoin is open 24/7. The market is open 24/7. You can trade Bitcoin even at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. You can buy and sell, right? Now, this is a market that is open 24/7, 365 days of the year. There is no Saturday, Sunday and stuff like that for the crypto market. Now, a lot of people initially invested with the idea, okay, I'm going to do this as a passive income source, not as a full-time income. But then they said, okay, if I do more research into this and I start reading this even more, maybe I can start getting some serious income from this, and I start trading. So we saw that a lot of people started trading in cryptocurrencies. They were doing day trading in cryptocurrency, intraday trading in cryptocurrency, technical analysis and intraday trading in cryptocurrency, right? Because they were jobless and they had a lot of time to kill in life. And the best part why it really kicked off in India is because in India you can actually buy Bitcoin even worth 100 rupees to 500 rupees or even 1000 rupees. You can just afford, anyone can afford a Bitcoin right now, because the companies have like say for example ZepPay, WazirX, I don't know about the other one, I think Unocoin, there are a lot of them, right? These guys have reduced the minimum ticket barrier that you can come and buy whatever. And there are not only one coin, not only Bitcoin, they allow you to buy so many other coins like Ethereum, Ripple and Batcoin and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there's too many things that are happening. But the biggest key drivers of Bitcoin's rally right now was two things. One, the institutional investors coming in, big money, big whales. Two, youth. And I'm not talking about Indian youth like me and you, right? Youth across the world, because COVID hit everyone. Youth across the world started trading in this. And apparently I read an article where the majority of transactions or control that happens on Bitcoin is from the Chinese market, right? Not from us, but from the Chinese market. They hold massive volumes that they trade in. So yeah, that was one thing. Now, if you go to the next slide, okay. So what is the future of Bitcoin, right? And this is a question that is there every single time in everyone's head. And a lot of people ask me the same question saying, sir, should I invest? Sir, is this the good time to buy Bitcoin? Sir, I have 500 rupees. Should I buy Bitcoin? Now, I've been very clear from the start. I will never tell you guys whether to buy something or not. I will just give you the news and you have to make an informed decision to buy or not. Because tomorrow if I tell you buy something and something goes wrong, you'll take one chappal or rocks and start throwing at me, right? I don't want that at all. Sorry. So I will never tell you whether to buy it or not, but I will show you some history, right? Bitcoin historically over a period of time, just like Sensex, has always gone up, right? For example, if you look at Bitcoin 5 years ago, it was very low, now it is very high. Same way, if you look at Sensex 5 years ago, it was very low, now it's very high. So Bitcoin historically has always gone up. Now it is currently around 23,000, which a lot of people at that point said it won't reach 23,000. Now people are predicting that, okay, now it's going to reach $1 lakh in 2021. Now some people are like, hey, this is outrageous. What is wrong with you? You're high or something or what? How can you say $1 lakh is a massive amount, 100K? It's around 74 lakhs. You're saying one Bitcoin will be 74 lakhs? Impossible, no chance. But a lot of people are like, dude, you said the same thing that it won't reach $1,000. You said the same thing it won't reach $10,000, $20,000, and now we're at 24,000. You're actually betting against me saying that it won't reach $1 lakh. Now a lot of people will start believing that if it can do this multiple times, I'm pretty sure it can do this much more times. And it all depends on demand and supply, right? When the world is going to shit, Bitcoin starts going up. This is what happens usually. When 2008 crash happened, Bitcoin was there. If there's any other recession or any crash that happens, Bitcoin is there. So every time something bad happens to the entire world, Bitcoin is there, right? So is it going to go to 100K? I don't know. Maybe it can, maybe it won't, but it'll definitely go up. If you keep it for 2-3 years, it'll definitely go up. I don't know by how many X it'll go up, but it'll go up. It'll also go down. So be very careful when you invest in Bitcoin. It's not all hunky dory and stuff like that, right? Now, if you go to the last slide, the flip side. Now I've seen this very common thing that a lot of people do in India, especially in India, right? Whenever they see Bitcoin, they're always like, oh, Bitcoin, money, I will make a lot of money and all that. Boss, please understand the risk that is involved in Bitcoin as well. And since Bitcoin is not regulated by anyone, anything can happen. There's a lot of things called pump and dump. You know what pump and dump is? Purposely, some few guys will start pumping the market and start buying a lot of Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin starts going up. Now, then other people like me and you would think like, oh, the price of Bitcoin is going up, I should buy more, it keeps going up, and then the guys who bought it initially will dump the entire market. It's basically what happens in our operator game that we call operator game in the stock market. Same thing happens in Bitcoin, massive pump and then dump, right? That is a big issue that happens in Bitcoin. Number two, a very big issue that happens in Bitcoin is that a lot of people don't understand it, and the government can just come and ban it tomorrow, or they can just say Bitcoin has 75% tax, income tax, right? What will you do? Imagine you have Bitcoin and then tomorrow RBI comes or Supreme Court comes and says, okay boss, listen, India, good morning, Bitcoin banned. What will you do? You can't do anything. Or they'll say, okay, Bitcoin income, may say 70% you have to give as tax, income tax. You can't do anything, right? But it is not in your control. It is not regulated yet. Now, because it is not regulated yet and it can get regulated in the future, you don't know exactly what can happen. So that is a risk that you will be taking, right? I'll tell you a story that what happened to us, and this is how I learned it the hard way. We learned it the hard way, and we know that this is slightly risky now because it is not regulated. I think a few years ago, in 16 or 17, if you guys remember, we also ventured into the cryptocurrency space, right? We had our own cryptocurrency company at that point, and we wanted to stay ahead of the game at that point. So we got into the cryptocurrency game, and in India, many people didn't know what cryptocurrency was, but we were experts at that point. But 20 days after we launched our project, India came out and said, boss, cryptocurrency is banned. Everyone's banned. Nobody can do anything in cryptocurrency. And we had to shut down that entire project. Now, you see how difficult that is. Remember I told you, right, when they shut down cryptocurrency in India, Zeppay had to completely shut down as well, and Zeppay was leading at that point. Zeppay was an Ahmedabad firm at that point. They had to stop the operations. They had to move out their company from Ahmedabad, and currently they are registered in Singapore. And then they came back to India once the Supreme Court lifted the ban. So there's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to Bitcoin. So if you go to the last slide, the most important thing is when you invest in Bitcoin, be safe, be careful, because it has massive volatility, right? The stock market in a day there are stocks that can go up 5% upper circuit, 10% upper circuit, 20% upper circuit. In Bitcoin, it can go 100% upper circuit, 100% lower circuit as well. There is no limit, there is no cap. Anything can happen tomorrow. Anyone can manipulate this market, and there is no. So basically, if you want to invest, if you are planning to buy or you want to invest, put a very small amount that you think does not matter. This is like, how would you invest in gold, right? When you buy gold, it is more like a safety measure as opposed to a return generating measure, right? So you should also invest in something like this if you think that you have some disposable income and you want to keep it like a gold, right? Only then invest. Or else there are better place to make money, because if you look at this, Bitcoin's gone up 300% this year, but there were a lot of stocks that have gone up much more than 300% in a year. Especially Tesla, I think, went up 800% in a year. So, and a lot of scams happen, and you should be very careful when you deal with cryptocurrency, because look, you can start investing in cryptocurrencies from all these websites like Zeppay and Unocoin and WazirX and stuff like that. But all of your coins are on that exchange. Unless you withdraw them and make your own wallet and safeguard your own wallet, all of these coins that you have invested are on that exchange. Tomorrow, if that exchange up and disappears tomorrow, all your money might go, right? You have to, as soon as you buy Bitcoin on any of these platforms, you need to make your own address, your own wallet, and you should have full control of that wallet. Even if you're buying Ethereum, you should transfer it to your Ether wallet and keep it in that wallet. Never keep it on someone else's store and wallet, because apart from them shutting their company down and running away, if you just Google cryptocurrency exchanges hacked, you will see there are thousands of exchanges in the past have got hacked, right? So be very careful. A lot of people are not tech savvy, so they don't understand this. So be very careful about that. Okay. Now we come to the, okay, I'm a little tired now. So we will come to the box. Keep this bell down. It's the box, right? Okay. So we're going to talk about the box. This is box mein kya hai hashtag. I'm going to give it to one lucky winner because this is a very exciting episode and I like it. But I want to ask a question related to Bitcoin. Now, it'll take some thinking to do, so I'm going to give you slightly more than 60 seconds. But it'll take some thinking to do. What do you think in India? In the future, I like thinking about the future. In the future, which big company do you think will adopt cryptocurrency / blockchain to the end user? I'll give you an example. For example, if you say that you have, say, Zomato coins or Swiggy coins, you get my point, right? Which company in India, a big company in India, will use cryptocurrency to incentivize users or to make users happy or make consumers excited? Okay, I'm going to give you guys 90 seconds, and the best answer, the most unique answer, which I think might work, will win. Okay, and your time starts now. Go for it. And how? The important question is, don't just give me a name of a company. How would someone do that as well? Right? If you're saying Paytm, how would Paytm incentivize with cryptocurrency? I don't want names. I want logic of why you think what. I mean, a lot of people are typing Reliance, but where will Reliance come? Oh, GeoCoin. Okay. Example. Zerodha, definitely. Geo will do it. Guys, I'm looking for a slightly bigger answer, not just company names like Cred and Paytm. I'm trying to understand the use case. Where will Cred use it, or how will they use it, or maybe how will Zerodha use Zerodha coins? What is the purpose of the coin? I want the purpose more than the company itself. So think about the purpose. Okay. Some good questions. Okay, till now there's no answer that's come that's little unique. Everything's quite normal. Think little different, guys. How? Okay. This is okay. I got one very good answer. I'm gonna copy it so that I won't forget. One very good answer, which is slightly different, not generic like Cred coins. Okay, last 15 seconds. Another good answer. Ooh. Damn. Okay, there's some answer that came which was very unique, but it has been implemented in US, and I mean, if that happens on a daily basis, that would be crazy. But I'm gonna. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop now. I think I found my unique answer. Okay, guys, so the unique answer, and just think about this for 1 second. Okay, so the unique answer that I liked was from this person called Sai Kavya, who said MasterCard for transactions. Now I'll tell you what, just think about MasterCard for transactions with cryptocurrency, right? It doesn't mean that I'm going to use a MasterCard and buy stuff with crypto. By the way, there's something like this very similar happened in US as well. Very, very similar thing happened in US where they made a credit card, okay? And I think Visa was there in this, or was it MasterCard? I'm not sure, but something like this happened very similar in the US, where you use a credit card or you use a debit card normally, but the reward points that you get, which we get right now, where I redeem air miles and get a free flight ticket, the reward points are given to you as a Bitcoin in your own wallet. Just think about that. So every time I go swipe my card in a restaurant, I go to Barbecue Nation and eat something, or I swipe it on Swiggy and Zomato, My reward points are basically small amounts of bitcoins that are coming back into my wallet, which if I keep for a very long time, it'll make a lot of amount of money, right? And someone in the States did this. I remember this was 3 or 4 years ago. Someone in US did this, something very similar, tried coming up. I tried applying for that card also because it felt damn cool. There was even 10x. There was even a card called 10x. Which is a Singapore-based company called 10x. It's very exciting, guys, to see the different kind of technologies that are coming out of blockchain. Don't just look at Bitcoin. Look at the technology behind blockchain. There was a company called 10x that said, you load this credit card with Bitcoins, right? But they showed a video where they loaded that credit card with Bitcoins. They went to Starbucks and they swiped their card at Starbucks and a transaction went through. Basically, in the back end, Bitcoin got converted into the current USD rate and that USD went and got transferred to Starbucks account. Right, so they're like, you can load it with Bitcoin and then go swipe it just like how you would swipe any other card. Right, this was called 10x, but I think that also crashed and there's some issue that happened. But yeah, tomorrow, if you think about the future, credit card and debit card with integrations to cryptocurrencies and blockchain would be really massive because that is a use case. Now, for all the guys who wanted a video on Bitcoin, I'm going to tell you this again. Don't just think about it from a perspective of Bitcoin. Understand the technology behind it, which is blockchain, and there are a lot of use cases of blockchain coming up with different kind of coins as well. Now, if you look at BAT token, there's something called BAT, started by Mozilla Firefox's owner. So there's so many things that are coming, right? But either way, I think Sai Kavya, congratulations. You can contact our team, and I like your MasterCard for transactions idea. And if someone does this in India, just think about how big that company would be, right? Okay, I hope you guys liked it. It was a slightly longer video, but you guys wanted this, so I got it done for you. You can leave in the comments below. You can tell me what topic you want next week. If you don't tell me, I'll create my own topic. And by the way, there are 250 people watching and 120 likes, and I get really sad that I'm doing so much and you guys are not liking the video. So I want you guys, it'll take you 1 millisecond to click on that like, because I've done a lot of research for you guys. So just like it. It won't cost you anything. Subscribe. And next to subscribe, there's this bell. I like doing this for some reason. Okay, yeah, there's this bell icon that you can just keep clicking on the bell. But dude, come on, like the video. And tell me what topic you want next week. We'll do the same thing, right? Before we move into the new year chill out zone. Okay, so have fun. Be very careful when you invest in Bitcoin. And see you guys.